Hey guys, so yesterday we talked about how to lose body fat, and it was a surprisingly easy answer with a surprisingly committed journey that you would have to do. So today we're going to talk about how many calories you should eat each day. So I work with a lot of people that's one of the questions. How many calories? How many calories? Now, before I get into this, know that you can drive yourself nuts with trying to get exactly to the point on your calorie intake and how much you're supposed to eat and how much protein and fats and carbohydrates you're supposed to eat. But ultimately, there's not a one size fits all for calories, for anything like that. The number of calories that you're going to be eating each day depends on a lot of things. Are you male or female? Are you trying to lose weight? Are you trying to gain weight? Are you trying to maintain weight? What is your activity level? What is your age? What's your height? You know, we've got people that, like we were talking yesterday about the whole body fat type thing. 150 looks a lot different on a lot of different people, depending upon their height, their health goals, their percentage of body fat, and percentage of lean tissue. So these are things that your overall general health depends on how many calories you're eating. So surprise, I'm not going to tell you exactly how many you should be eating because it's different, but I'm going to give you the down low of why it's different for everybody and where you should never go below, because I find that a lot of people are not eating enough. So here's the deal. I don't know where 1200 calories became the do-all, be-all calories for the day, okay? Remember, there's a lot of factors that go around that. General rule of thumb, and this is so on the low end, if you're going to take your weight and multiply it by 10, so you're 150 pounds, 1,500. 1,500 calories, that's really on the low end of what you should be eating, depending upon your goals and your fitness level and what you're wanting to do. Maintain, lose, gain weight. Again, those are three different factors that is going to change how many calories you eat each day. So you can go and do all the calorie calculations you want, but like I said, don't drive yourself nuts doing it. How do I know that you can make yourself nuts by trying to be so meticulous because of it? So here's how I do it. I say eat according to your goals. And like I said, under the 1,200 calories, you're setting yourself up for failure. Why are you setting yourself up for failure? Because there's this little thing called basal metabolic rate, BMR. That's about how many calories you need a day just to exist, okay? I know I've said this a million times, but if you're not eating at least that much to exist, your body goes into this starvation mode, thinks you're starving, and holds on to your body fat. So that would in turn make you a skinny fat person. So you should focus more on your percentage of body fat, which is what we discussed yesterday as to how to change that. I always recommend staying under 30% just because anything over is going to put you at health risks. You know, you can shoot for a lower percentage, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about calories. So where do we go from there? We talk about how many calories your body requires to just exist. Okay, so you're going to have to be eating more than that because obviously you're going to have a different activity level than just laying around. So the way I work with my clients is we find what their goals are. Like I said, maintain, gain, lose weight. Okay, then I find out how they're eating because 90% of them are not eating enough. So I don't want to throw them into this, hey, let's start from you eating 900 calories a day, which I don't know how you survive on it, and let me put you up to eating 1,600 calories so you feel like you're gorging yourself. I don't do that. I base it slowly into where they're supposed to be. We slowly move up or we slowly move down. You know, a lot of people are like, I know I'm going to have to eat less calories. Obviously, if you're looking to lose weight and you're slightly overweight, you didn't get that way by not eating enough. So yes, we would have to bring your calories down. Where that's going to be is going to depend on what you're weighing now and what you're looking to weigh. What I can say is once we have set that calorie goal for you, you have to stay consistent on it, not just for a week. We're talking 6 to 8 weeks, if not more, just to see if things start to change. If they don't start to change, then we adjust it. So it's not a one size fits all. It's not I have to stay on this calorie bracket forever or I'm not going to change anything. Here's one thing that I know, okay? You should be eating depending upon what your goals are. You should not be eating to be skinny. You should be eating to be healthy. You should be training not to be skinny, You should be training to be a badass, okay? Like I said yesterday, all those exercises that have been promised to you to lose the body fat are not bad for you, but we have to tune in and dial in the diet and the calories and what you're eating according to your goals. So don't stress so much over how many calories you should be eating. If you're not seeing results, then yeah, that's something that you want to look at. And I help people examine that. And like I said, it changes. It changes every so often. And sometimes if we're seeing results, it stays exactly the same. It all depends. So my suggestion is be sure that you're fueling your body properly. Because if you're supposed to be eating 1,800, 2,000, whatever calories a day, you want to eat the right stuff. Because you can eat 3 Twinkies and probably be past that and still be hungry. So you have to fuel properly with healthy foods. And like I said, train to be healthy, not skinny. Don't look at it as, I have to lose weight. I have to be so skinny. I have to weigh 110 pounds. Can only have 1 piece of celery, and I can only have, oh my gosh, I'm over on my fat and I'm under on this. Don't stress yourself out like crazy, okay? You will learn not to do that, because if you do, you're going to stress, and this is what we're going to go into the yo-yo dieting thing. I'm not eating enough. I'm eating too much. I'm not eating. You're not finding a happy medium. So what works for one does not always work for the next. So what I'm saying is eat according to your goals and train to be healthy and feel good about yourself, not to stress about, I have to have this many calories. But what I can honestly tell you is that 1,200 calories should not be an ADA recommendation. I can remember working in the nursing home with diabetic patients, and they were on a 1,200 ADA diet. I'm not exactly sure where they pulled that out of, but these people were, from now me looking back at it, slightly over the weight of someone who would require 1,200 calories. Like, you got to weigh 90 pounds probably to require that, okay? So just remember that. If you're 90 pounds or under, then your 1,200 calories is probably okay. And those are children, and we don't restrict their calories to 1,200. If you're over that, if you're 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, you better be eating way more than that. And like I said, how do you figure that out? You can do all the calorie calculations in the world. Some of them all come up different. The most important thing is not to stress over it. You have to eat according to your goals. And I always figure it out for people, like, where are you going with this? Are you maintaining, gaining, losing? What do you want? It's going to be different. There's going to be 3 different factors that are going to come out for this person, 3 different calorie ranges. So it's not always the same. So my suggestion to you, like I said, is not to stress over it. Make sure you are eating enough. Make sure you're fueling your body properly and that you're feeling good. Those to me are so much more important than I got to get in this many calories and I have to have this many carbs. And there's nothing wrong with that. There really is nothing wrong with that. If your goal is so specific that you have to tailor it exactly, A, B, C, D equals X, Y, Z, okay? I don't track them that crazy because we want to live and be somewhat human, okay? I'm just training to be a healthy person. And I am not interested in bringing my body fat down to a percentage that's so low that I don't feel right. I got to find that happy medium. So you got to find what works for you, and you got to find what makes you feel good about yourself and not so stressed. Because I've gotten to a point where, yes, tracking all that and tracking the calories and the macros has made me absolutely insane. So how many calories should you be eating each day? Eat according to your goals. That's all I can say about that one, you guys. So tomorrow, I think we're going to talk about, let me think. I've got my list. I think we're going to talk about sweat tomorrow. I was going to try to put this in some kind of order, but that's the first one that came to me. So if there was one other one that I had that fits better after the whole calorie thing, which maybe, am I doing enough cardio? That may be tomorrow. So stay tuned. It's either going to be sweat, how much sweat you should be sweating, or how much cardio you should be doing. One of the two. Stay tuned, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good day. Thanks for getting on.